I'm at SeaWorld San Antonio for another week of Barracuda Strike construction updates. I'm actually going to show you 3 days worth of coverage in this video because I gotta get my visits in before February 24th. That is the cutoff date to go to the Barracuda Strike preview event, and here's your reveal of what it looks like. There is some active construction going on today. I see some more concrete work being done in the middle of the ride layout. I see a worker there in orange, and I see our friend Jeannie there in blue. Let's get a closer look. All right, time to check in for visit number 4. You can see Mardi Gras stuff is up in the park. That's because it starts next week, January 24th. Welcome back to the Hennisphere, everyone. It is January 17th, 2026, and I see someone standing next to the Genie lift, so they're probably gonna go up. But there's more work that has popped up underneath the main layout of the ride, and they're gonna pour some kind of concrete here. I don't know what that's gonna be. I'm really curious now, but I've mentioned this in the past that the reason they're not showing us the full layout reveal in terms of videos or first-person POV and stuff is because there's something else going on that's special about the ride, as in something they're adding to the layout to make it more unique, maybe around the entrance. I've theorized an aquarium. Someone I talked to last week, his name was Michael, he said he thinks there's going to be an aquarium of some sort on the unload side of the station, because maybe they'll actually have barracudas for you to see in tanks, maybe, I don't know. There could also be some kind of effects or tunnels that are going on here, but they're doing quite a lot of work. I'm so curious as to what is going to be here. That orange lift is down there, really close to the fence. Maybe they're using that to smooth some of the track pieces where they transition from one to the next. Who knows? Let's get even closer. There's our friend Casey, the front end loader. No more Ralph, unfortunately. Sorry, DK Coaster 420. There's your view of dirt. I guess I have a new theory about this wall right here because it's got the windows in it. I guess they're gonna install that sometime when this area is complete, and this work wall right here is probably gonna be moved that way. So then you can look through this green wooden wall, like somewhere around here, into what they're doing over here. That's just my theory, it's all speculation. But look at all this work they're doing. Lots of concrete work. What does it mean? Maybe it's a pathway. That's kind of my theory right now. Some sort of pathway to just watch the coaster go. But I don't know if it's gonna go all the way through. You might walk from this end over here down to there. And you might be able to walk from like way over there down to, I don't know, somewhere in here, and it doesn't go all the way through. But maybe, yeah, that's my theory right now. Maybe it's some sort of walkway. You can get a really cool look at everything. Oh, there's more over there. Man, there's just construction everywhere. I just overheard a little girl saying that she just saw the penguins. She was telling her mommy, they smelled yucky. They need to take a bath. And that was so funny. Oh, look at all that. Look at all that in there. Wow. Wow, what a difference a week makes. On Sunday, they had none of this structure up on top. It was all in the sunlight. And now they put 5 more, forget what you call them, stringers. I don't know, I forget the woodworking term for all that, but they put all those across, and then they put this huge wooden roof right on top of everything. Now it's in the shade. They've also got the railing in there getting set up. This just looks crazy right here. At least we got some shade, I love that. They have installed some thin metal on the outside of where all those cables were running. It's a sheet. There's a sheet of metal running all the way to the lift hill. That's so cool. So much progress was made. And I see a hoist. That is gonna be used for installing the train onto the track, one car at a time. And there's the ride envelope template at the very front of the unload load platform. And would you look at that? The cable has been attached to the proxy. So there begins a block zone. Again, I don't think this is a pathway, but I see people walking in here all the time. We see a forklift assisting with the roof install, and there's people down on the ground looking at everything. They're looking at that room out behind the unload area. Still don't know exactly what it's gonna be. Maybe a PLC room, I don't know. There is so much work going on in the station, and I really thought that not much work would be going on a Saturday, but I was wrong. They are working today. Now over here by the Steel Eel shop, I don't notice much going on today, but I'm actually gonna ride Steel Eel so that I can get a view of maybe the coaster train cars way down on the other end, because I'm hearing that they have moved. Just got off of Steel Eel, and I did not notice anything in terms of trains or cars for the ride, but I did get an awesome view of the backside of the unload load station and that building that's there. They're building a ramp out of concrete up to that, so still looks like it's too small to be anything other than a PLC room and maybe have some spare parts. But I can definitely say I think the entrance to the ride is gonna be where the Steel Eel lockers are. And they might even repurpose them so that they're Steel Eel / Barracuda Strike lockers. Anyway, I will see y'all tomorrow. It is now day 2 of your Barracuda Strike weekly construction update, but I am not gonna be here for very long. I'm just going over there to check in for visit number 5 out of 15. And there are a lot of Texans jerseys here today. I know everyone is gonna be leaving this park early to go watch the game. Even though the Texans lost, there was some good news during the day. I was sent these pictures by Tidal Thrills of different signs set up around Wavebreaker. They tell the stories of many different species of animals that have been rescued by SeaWorld, utilizing their rehabilitation program. Some of these animals are still at SeaWorld San Antonio to this day. And if you love the shows at SeaWorld and Six Flags Fiesta Texas, definitely follow Tidal Thrills on YouTube and especially on Instagram. He's also been to Kings Island and Cedar Point recently, so you can go check out his content here. Thanks, Noah. Well, yesterday I really didn't get to see the ride at all because I spent a lot of time talking to Giorgio, who I met at the Holiday in the Park opening night event at Fiesta Texas, and also saw Boon Times 2. We got a cool picture together. Make sure you go follow Boon Times 2. They just posted a video from Epic Universe yesterday, actually, as of recording this. Just remember, if you're here trying to get your visits in, you have to be a pass holder and you have to check in at this yellow house right over here. Really happy there's not a super long line today because I am rushing to get this done. I have no time to waste. I just spotted Boon Times 2. They're walking over right here. Oh no, they're shy. Randall said, "Don't film me." How's it going?
How's it going?
Good to see you again. Even though I missed out yet again on filming construction updates on January 19th, I have to give a shout out to Adrian Ochoa on Facebook for letting me use his image right here of the trains on the track. This is the first time we've seen the Barracuda Strike trains on the track, and they look great. Not all of them are on there yet, they still have a ways to go, but I hope you enjoy this first image of them. Very good shot. And also, check out this No Limits 2 recreation of Barracuda Strike by Crispy Coasters with a Q, Crispy with a Q. Thank you to Crispy for allowing me to use this in the video today. I know there are a lot of people out there that say this ride is so short, the duration is like 20 or 30 seconds, so I'm letting this play in its entirety. And you'll see throughout the whole layout, which looks beautiful, by the way, it is roughly 56 seconds from the time the video starts to where it hits the brakes. And from the drop of the lift hill to the brake run, it's about 27 or 28 seconds. So you guys are right. Relatively short ride, but look at it. It looks so floaty. I love the mist right there as well. This is such a cool recreation. Reminds me of when I used to play RCT 2. And I think I might have played No Limits once, but it's too much for me to handle right now. I'll stick with the video editing. Thanks to Crispy Coasters for this. They also posted some off-ride footage, so consider subscribing to them. Mission accomplished overall. I got my 6th visit out of 15 today, and it was nice catching up with Boon Times 2 and Giorgio again for the 2nd day in a row. They're also getting their visits in. So the Boons are at 12 visits now. They're so much closer to the goal than I am. But yeah, like I said, I work in like an hour and 10 minutes, so I have to do this as fast as possible. But stay tuned on Friday, January 23rd, because my Busch Gardens Tampa vlog featuring my reaction to Iron Gwazi will be released at 6 p.m. Friday. You'll see my reaction to a bunch of other coasters in that vlog as well. And then next week, I'm hoping that I can have my SeaWorld Orlando vlog posted as well, so you can see my reactions to Mako and a bunch of other roller coasters from there. But if you learned nothing in today's video, always remember these 3 things. No good deed goes unpunished. Subscribe to me on YouTube because we're about to hit 60,000. And like our friends at Intamin always say, when you're feeling stuck in life, push down, pull up. That was another day in the Hennisphere.